Okay, so this page is going to give some more examples of when we can write a conclusion using the law of detachment. So remember, the law of detachment we learned is a conditional statement that is true, and we have a secondary statement that needs to match the hypothesis of the conditional in order for us to be able to draw a conclusion. So look at this first example. It says, if it is snowing, then the temperature is less than or equal to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. But look at the statement that follows. The temperature is 20 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not matching the hypothesis. The hypothesis is about it snowing. The conclusion is about the temperature. We can't reverse this. We can't say that because the temperature is 20 degrees Fahrenheit, it must be snowing, okay? It does have to be 32 degrees or less for snow to occur. But just because a temperature is at 20 degrees does not necessarily mean that it's snowing. It might just be a really, really cold day, but no precipitation is coming. So because this statement does not match the hypothesis of the conditional, then it is not possible for me to write a conclusion. So I'm going to write on here, not possible. And then I'm just going to say, we do not know if it is snowing. Okay, this does not match. That's why I put these highlighted in different colors, so you can see that what we're looking for is a statement that is orange like the hypothesis, not a statement that is blue like the conclusion. Okay, let's look at the next one. If it rains, then the garden will be watered. Hypothesis, if it rains. Conclusion, then the garden will be watered. Look at the statement. It is raining. That's talking about rain, and so is the hypothesis. So since this matches the hypothesis, we can draw the conclusion. The garden will be watered. If it's raining, the garden's going to be watered, and it tells us it's raining. So the garden will be watered. So we can draw that conclusion because the hypothesis matches the statement that comes after the conditional. Okay, let's look at another one. If angle A is acute, then the measure of angle A is less than 90 degrees. Now look at the statement. Angle A is acute. That matches the hypothesis. So if angle A is acute and its measure then is going to be less than 90 degrees, and it says angle A is acute, then we can make the conclusion that the measure of angle A is less than 90 degrees. The conclusion matched the statement. Okay? If two lines do not intersect, then they are parallel. Now look at what it gives us. It gives us a specific example, so it's a little different, but it still kind of matches. Lines N and P do not intersect. Where does it say that up here? In the hypothesis. If two lines do not intersect, then they are parallel. Lines N and P do not intersect, therefore what do we know about lines N and P? Well, we can draw the same conclusion that the conditional has. Lines N and P are parallel. That's what the conclusion says. This matches the hypothesis, so we can draw the same conclusion. All right, and then the last one. If a figure is a square, then it has 4 equal sides. Now look at the statement. A figure has 4 equal sides. That matches, and you can see it in the color too, the conclusion. This says if a figure is a square, then it has 4 equal sides. A figure that has 4 equal sides is not necessarily a square. We've talked about this before, even though we haven't learned about this. But a 4-sided figure with equal sides could be a square, but it also could be a rhombus. So we're not allowed it's not possible for us to draw a conclusion using this statement, okay? We can't say that it's a square because it could be a rhombus, but we do not know if the figure is a square. We just don't know because it didn't tell us. It gave us the same conclusion, but we don't know what the original hypothesis was. We can't logically draw a conclusion from a conclusion. We can only draw a conclusion from a hypothesis. So that's the law of detachment, a conditional with a statement, and the statement must match the hypothesis in order to be able to draw a conclusion. So in the next video, we'll talk about the other law, which is the law of syllogism.